Hello, everybody, and welcome to my Superman Q&A here as episode 2 of my Road to James Gunn Superman series. As you guys know, today is April 18th, and today is Superman Day, which celebrates its 87th anniversary of existence. So without further ado, let's get started. First question is from Joshua Ra. If kryptonite is radioactive debris, would Superman survive a direct hit from a nuclear bomb? The answer is yes. However, kryptonite radiation and nuclear radiation are two different types of radiation. Superman has survived from nuclear attacks numerous times over the years, especially back in the Silver Age, but lately he has been able to survive rated nuclear attacks. So, yes. So that answers your question. All right, and okay, this one is good. Okay. Christopher Byers, what's up? Joshua Ra, what's up? See if there's anything on the announcement video on the post. Fuck. Hold on. Trying to friggin' think. Let's see. Hmm. Let's see if there's any questions in here. No. No. No questions there. All right. Hello, Boomtown. Uh, hmm. Was there a new trailer? It wasn't a trailer. There was a Superman's behind the scenes video that was released on DC's YouTube page today. I uploaded it onto the Discord. And hello, Purple Belt Mike. It's good to see you, buddy. Anything good? Anything good? Yeah, it's good, man. The behind the scenes footage, the behind the scenes video was really good. I liked it. Spell my name wrong, but I'll take it. But I don't think he typed it. Like in the footage, was there anything good? Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff. There was a lot of good stuff. You got to see the complete design of Metamorpho, who looks incredible in my opinion. He looks really damn good. Hopefully, we get to see Lex Luthor in his mech suit, in his armored suit. I would love that. But yep. Oh yeah. Now I'm gonna watch it. Like Lex Luthor's. Hello, incel. Metamorpho's a total badass. Yeah, he is. It's funny. I've been a fan of his character since I saw him in the Justice League animated series. Like I'm not gonna like, wow, holy shit, this guy is awesome. Yeah. I'm not putting you in timeout, JoJo. Um, let's see. Do you think the level that kryptonite affects Superman is OP, meaning it affects him way more than it should? Um, or do you think it's the perfect level to negate Superman? Well, it depends on the writer and the need of the story. There are times I feel kryptonite is a bit overused in the sense they try to overuse it as if they think it's the only thing that can affect Superman. Like, you don't always need kryptonite to challenge Superman. You can have, Black Adam. You can have Solomon Grundy. You can have, you can even use mag. You can even use red sun radiation. I wouldn't go that far about Mike. I mean, he has lost in the past. I mean, remember, he lost to Doomsday back in the 90s. But kryptonite, there have been moments where for a period of time, Superman is able to still fight pretty decently while being affected by kryptonite. So I can understand where you're coming from, Boomtown, but I don't think kryptonite, I do think to some degree kryptonite is a bit overused, but I do get what you're saying. No, it depends on the writer and the need of the story. Like, for instance, in Batman Hush, Batman uses the kryptonite ring that Superman gave him to fight him. And Batman's like, if I give like even if I give like 4 or 5 good punches, there's a chance that I may break the bones in my hand. Because remember, besides, thank you, Boomtown. But as I'm saying, kryptonite is not the only thing to challenge Superman. You can have Black Adam, you can have Grundy, you could have freaking Swamp Thing. Is Superman human? No, he's an alien. I mean, his alien race are the Kryptonians. Granted, they are human-like in terms of their appearance, but they're not. Superman is an alien that has a physiology that allows him to absorb, metabolize, and process radiation, more specifically solar radiation, like that of our yellow sun, which what gives him his powers, his abilities, that type of stuff. So no, he's not human. He is human-like in terms of his appearance, his genitals, his face, his eyes, his hair. But in terms of his abilities, he's an alien. But in terms of his physiology, he's an alien. Get what I'm saying? It's, but yeah. What's this article saying? Superman is a Jesus-like character. Well, I wouldn't say he's completely like Jesus, but in terms of the fact that he's a hopeful figure, he'd rather be pacifistic and peaceful rather than uh um he's all like what how can I explain this? I'm not saying Superman is completely like Jesus, but similar to Jesus, he's very peaceful. He's he'd rather be pacifistic. He's hopeful. He's optimistic. He inspires hope and optimism rather than instilling fear through vengeance. I've never known. That's a great question. I'm glad someone asked me this. I think it's some sort of alien material. I don't know what the hell this suit is made out of, but I'll tell you what prevents is the biggest reason that prevents his suit from succumbing to damage is his bioelectric aura, which is kind of like a fancy way of saying he has like an invisible force field that protects him from harm to a certain degree. But good question. So Superman could breed with a human female. Yes, he can. I mean, as a matter of fact, in the comic books, in the mainstream comic, there Superman and Lois have a son together, who, according to Batman, has the potential to be more powerful than Superman himself. And that son is Jonathan Samuel Kent. And yes, that's the Superman character that has come out as bisexual, not Superman himself. Hey, Rich, what's happening? So he could. And the thing is, for those wondering how the hell does Superman breed with human women if he's so damn powerful? Well, to answer that question, he has to be awfully gently when he makes sweet, passionate love to the human women. Is Superman and T2 in the same universe? What do you mean T2? You mean Terminator 2? You gotta be more specific, buddy. Clark gave Lois and Wonder Woman the D. Yes, he did. Although I still would like freaking Batman to hook up with Wonder Woman, but that's none of my business. Is Superman and T2 in the same universe? If you mean Terminator 2, no, they're different. Terminator 2 was directed by James Cameron. Superman was directed, well, the original Superman movie in 1978 was directed by Richard Donner. So no. But however, DC did do a crossover between Superman and the Terminator. I checked it out online. It was entertaining, but very weird. Very freaking weird, in my opinion. But no, Superman and the Terminator are not the same universe. I think Terminator's like Dark Horse Comics, I think. I could be wrong. But I know they did a crossover with RoboCop and the Terminator. I heard that shit was pretty damn dope. Okay. Personally, it's funny. I'm actually glad you brought this up because didn't Christopher Reeve's Superman kill Terrence Stamp's in Superman 2? But the thing is, did I think it was a complete portrayal of Superman's character? It's funny because in the comics, when Superman confronted the Joker at one point, he told the Joker that Batman's the one with the no-kill rule. I just choose not to kill people. But I get what you're saying. Superman is more willing. I get what you're saying, but both Superman and Batman have killed in the past, especially during the golden age of comic books. But did I think it was a complete portrayal? Not really. I mean, if you remember looking at the scene, he didn't want to kill Zod. Could he have done the situation differently? He could have freaking put one of his hands on Zod's eyes and close it shut, block the heat beams. But Zack Snyder is Zack Snyder. He did what the hell he played, what he wanted. Hey, Edward. Hey, Mom. I'm doing a live stream. Yes. I didn't touch the cake, and I didn't touch the stove. Great TV show. Yeah, I heard about that. Never watched it. I know he did one, but when I saw the movie, I felt like it was a betrayal. It's like Spider-Man killing someone. You can't do that, in my opinion. No, I get what you're saying, Boomtown, but you gotta understand that Rich, I'm not trying to say you're wrong for feeling that way, but you gotta say Christopher Reeve's Superman did it too. You could criticize that too, which I'm sure some people did too, but I just don't think they were as outspoken as they were when it came to Man of Steel came out. Secret Wars was a different event. Secret Wars was when I'll get you water. Be right back, guys. Was it? As I was saying, no, Superman was not in Secret Wars. That was a Marvel event where the Marvel superheroes went to Battle World to confront the villains. DC versus Marvel was a crossover series Marvel and DC did back in the 90s, in which most of the fights were fan voted. So no, Superman was not in Secret Wars. Yes, it was Boomtown. Yes, it was. Secret Wars was the shiznit. I think I still have it with me. Let's see here. Are you watching Jake's show while you live here? While you're live here? No, I'm not. Let's see here. Let's see here. I was not a fan of Civil War, so I'm gonna have to disagree with that in my opinion. But you're more than welcome to your opinion, Purple Belt Mike. I was not a fan of Civil War from 2006. I was not a fan of that event. Who's older in terms of what age? Superman. Superman is like in his mid 30s, early 40s. Spider-Man, even though he's in his mid to late 20s, but in terms of publication history, it's definitely Superman. Superman's been around for almost 90 years. Spider-Man has been around 63 years, give or take. 63 years, give or take. Seeing Hulk versus Wolverine was dope, dude. And what, the animated movie? Yeah, that was pretty good too. Yeah, he was the first major superhero comic. He didn't have the ability to fly. I'm glad you brought that up, because he originally was only able to leave 1/8 of a mile. He didn't even develop the ability to leave until around like the 1940s, somewhere around that range. A Canadian created Superman. A Canadian created. No, was Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster Canadian? I don't think so. Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster were no, they were from Cleveland, Ohio. Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster were sons of Jewish immigrants, and they were born in Cleveland, Ohio. Captain America, yeah, Captain America's good. Action Comics, yeah, but Action Comics was published by National Comics, which was DC Comics at the time. Let me go check. Oh shit. Yes. Heaven's the best. Okay, whatever. Yes, Action Comics, but the publisher of Action Comics was originally Detective Comics Inc. Then it became National Comics Publications. Best superhero in the history of time and space. Joe Schuster. Oh shit! Hold on. You were right. He was born in Toronto, Canada. I was thinking of Jerry Siegel. Jerry. Yeah, you are correct. Boomtown. He was a Canadian American. Okay, we're getting some bullshit here. Has Superman died in various uh um in Elseworld stories, yes. In mainstream continuity, not really. Um the Superman supposedly died at the hands of Doomsday in 1993, but then it was revealed when he was brought back about less than about few months later, it was revealed that he was put in a healing coma, which I call that a cop out by DC, but it is what it is. Get big fella being a smart ass. I have 15,000 worth of comic books. Awesome, Purple Belt, Mike. That's awesome. I know what you meant, Purple Belt, Mike. I know it was a typo. But wow, I did Blink collecting for over 30. That's awesome, bro. That's freaking awesome. Um, um, thank you. I didn't even know that shit either. Jerry Siegel was Canadian, was born in Canada. But both him, not Jerry Siegel, I'm sorry, Joe Schuster was Canadian. But they're both sons of Jewish immigrants. That I do remember. But wow. Wow, look at this. On August 20, I just look up the facts. I'm not gonna answer that question. Um let's see. On August 24, 2014, a grade copy graded 9.0 by Siege was sold on eBay for 3,207,852 US dollars, equivalent of 4,260,753 4 million in 2024. Wow, holy shit. That's a lot of money. Yeah, I probably would. Thank you, big fella. Um, Also, I forgot to add, I will not take Superman versus Batman questions. I should have added that in the. I should have said that in my announcement. Comics, they're still fairly big today. I mean, I really, if there's one comics I want to check out on Superman, it's the Absolute Superman, or the Absolute Superman, Absolute Batman, and Absolute Wonder Woman. I hear are absolutely fantastic. But yeah, comic books, they're very popular. But from what I understand, according to from what I've heard, that anime manga it's outselling American comic books, which I can somewhat see why. But that's cool that comic books are still very popular. But damn. Yeah, April 18, 19th, today's Superman Day, so. Oh, wow. Siegel also co-created the Spectre. I love the Spectre. Very underrated character. And is definitely more powerful than Superman. Like, that's definitely a fact right there. So, Mom, we're having fish tonight? I know that. I read all my comics, weren't in the best condition. That's cool. Yeah, I ate the pizza. I ate the slice. We had snack. I even brought over the snacks. I even brought over the snacks.
You brought over the snacks.
A lot of covers missing. That's not cool. I really so I'm gonna delete this question.
I don't know. I don't know where I'm going tomorrow with Joe. I just texted.
Go to a strip club. Go to Hooters.
No, not.
I'm joking. Oh, Jesus Christ.
What is that?
Wait, seriously?
I'm not sure.
No, Hooters is still in business. Yeah. Yeah. There's one in East Brunswick. There's one in Somerset. Is it Eddie or Eddie? It's Eddie with I and an E at the end. I get what you're saying, Eddie, like Ed, Ed, and Eddie. No, it's how I call Eddie. Well, I was just told that Hooters is in bankruptcy, but there are still some restaurants open. That was one of the best cartoons ever. Trying to think here. Hooter wings suck, but the booties are fun. I should have known that was coming. I tried their food. It was all right. Yeah, my brother Edward. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna text Nick some. Yeah, he's older than me by about 2 years. He was born on my grandmother's birthday, January 15th of 1992. I was born September 10th, 1994. He doesn't. He's a. Let's see here. So Charles, do you like Booster Gold? That's not a Superman related question, but I'll take it. Um, um, he's okay. I hope he. I I wouldn't mind seeing him appear in James Gunn's DC Cinematic Universe, but he's okay. I'm not the biggest Booster Gold fan, but he's all right. Charles, I'm gonna sneak away. Okay, thank you, Boomtown. Now, this is something Sentry or Superman. It depends on if Sentry merges with the Void. Like, from what I understand, if Sentry merges with the Void, he's even more powerful than ever. And the Void is very powerful in his own right because, um, as the Void, he was able to break all of the bones in the Hulk's body. He was able to kill Loki. He killed Ares. Granted, Ares in the Marvel universe is nowhere near as powerful as the DC Comics version of Ares. And he was able to level Asgard. So if it was regular Sentry versus Superman, I'd say Superman because he has better control of his powers in Sentry, and he's actually a better, more intelligent when it comes to utilizing his powers. And he's a very good fighter too. Sentry, not so much. So it really depends on the circumstance. But if it was regular Sentry versus Superman, I'm gonna go with Superman. But that's just me personally. Is Sentry Korvac? No, Sentry and Korvac are totally different characters. Korvac is a different person than Sentry. They're totally different characters. But there was a and hey Gary King, what's up? Like if he's but if it's with the like the which like the door. Hey King Jamie, what's up, buddy? Is Korvac as powerful as Sentry? Um, I'd say even more powerful, but that's just me personally. He's oh, I did know that. Yeah. No, Krypton does not. Krypton does not have a yellow sun, Joshua Raw. They have a red. I know it's going to be a little bit ridiculous, but hear me out. Krypton has a red sun, which renders Kryptonians human. Like, Krypton does not have a yellow sun. They have a red sun, which renders Kryptonians as strong, fast, agile, and durable as an ordinary human. Under a yellow sun, they're faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, and able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Hope you understand what I'm saying. Under an orange sun, their powers deteriorate, including their intelligence. Under a blue sun, they're even more powerful, but it doesn't nourish them as much as a yellow sun. I know we're going with different colors of the freaking rainbow here, but I hope you understand what I'm saying, Joshua Raw. Well, Thank you, Jojo. Thank you. That makes sense. Thank you, Joshua. And a gang war, you could call it well, it's not really a Superman question, but I'll take it. Are Sinestro and Green Lantern a gang war? Well, if you want to call the Sinestro Corps and the Green Lantern War gangs, why not? But the Sinestro Corps is really like an anti-police. Well, the Green Lantern Corps like an intergalactic space patrol department, while the Sinestro Corps are basically bad guys. So no, I wouldn't necessarily call them a gang war. Shit, that's not what I wanted. Fuck. Well, could we fly while visiting? No, we wouldn't. If Krypton wasn't, could we fly while visiting? Like, could we? If Krypton, could we visit? Could we fly to visit them? Sure, why the hell not? But you gotta worry about those creatures and shit. That's all I'm saying. Um, this has gone better than I thought. Don't jinx it, Charles, because this shit could get out of hand in a heartbeat. Do you know this from the comics or the movies? Both. Well, a lot of the Superman movies the Superman movies are an adaptation of the comics. So Krypton has a red sun. That is actually true in the comics. Earth, our Earth, the Earth that we breathe on, we have a yellow sun. Yeah, there's other planets that have a yellow sun in the DC universe, but in the comics, his planet had a red sun. So yeah, that came from the comics. Charles, I am not a fan of the Super. I know. Yes, big fella, we know you have a personal vendetta against the Man of Steel. We know that. Doesn't matter whether or not she's hot or not. She's a great character. Oh, I hope whoever James Gunn cast to play Wonder Woman does a good job. That's all I'm gonna say. I do trust him, but let's hope it's a good choice. No, I don't dislike Superman at all. I love the character. I've been a fan of the character since I was a child, King Jamie. So no, I don't dislike the character. Has Superman ever drank alcohol? Yes, he has, but he prefers not to drink it. Then Linda Evans, what are you talking about? Who the fuck is Linda Evans? I what you don't know. I just looked up Linda Evans. Linda Carter is still an attractive woman. Linda Carter is still an, she was a good Wonder Woman though, Linda Carter. She still is an attractive. Let me see how old Linda Carter is. Linda Carter, she still is a very attractive woman. She's 73. God bless her. But she was beautiful as Wonder Woman back in the day. But I've been a fan of Wonder Woman since I was a child. Yes, Jojo, I'm attracted to older women too. But Gal Gadot was a good Wonder Woman. I know some people thought she was a bad casting. I had no opinion, but when I saw her, especially in the first Wonder Woman film from 2017, I really loved it. I think that was her best performance as Wonder Woman, was the 2017 Wonder Woman film. She really did a great job as that character. You know, she made me happy as a Wonder Woman fan. I think I still have a Wonder Woman comic with me. Hold on one second. No, it's gotta be in there. As you guys can see, here it is. Written by Paul Dini, drawn by the legendary Alex Ross. I'm going to read and review this in the future. Okay. Yes. Also, hold on one second. I think I still have it. I also have George Perez's run on Wonder Woman. May his soul rest in peace. George Perez. If you don't know who George Perez is, he's a legendary writer and artist. He's one of the greatest of all time and one of the most beloved. He also worked on the last crossover between Marvel and DC in 2003 called JLA/Avengers. He did the artwork while Kurt Busiek did the writing. And according to my research, JLA/Avengers is takes place in canon continuity to both Marvel and DC. I'll do something like that. Has Superman ever smoked a cigarette? No, he has not. Not that I'm aware of. I don't think Superman smokes. And similar to Batman, Superman prefers not to drink alcohol, even though alcohol really doesn't affect him, unless if it was laced with kryptonite or unless if it was some type of alien alcohol, you know. But regular human alcohol, earth-based alcohol, does not affect him. But anyway, no, he has not smoked a cigarette. He's done anti-cigarette commercials. Could weed? No, no earth-based drugs could not affect him. No weed, no coke, nor meth, nor any earth-based drug could affect Superman. So no. I really he's never smoked. Does does Superman have gay radar? No, not that I'm aware of, and even if he did, I don't think it really matters. Now, of course, some of you guys probably wonder, how does Superman groom himself? He does shower like everybody else, but the thing is, um, he trims his nails with his heat vision, and he cuts his hair with his heat vision, and he shaves with his heat vision. So I answered that question for you. Simple. He uses his. Yeah. I It's I want. How does he get the back? Simple. How does he get the back? Simple. His heat vision. He uses mirrors to reflect his heat vision and zoop. This. I'm sure. So he's gone. He's. Hey, Dad. How was work today? Can I use a mirror to? No. I'm doing a live stream. I'm doing a Q&A live stream, and can I use a mirror to fight against them? I wouldn't recommend it, but go ahead, King Jamie. Do what your heart's content. Oh, Gator. Look, King Jamie's like, ee. So wait. He could, depending how powerful he uses his heat vision. His heat vision can go up to temperatures just as hot, if not hotter, than the sun. According to my. No, he has not cheated on Lois Lane, big fella. God, he's obsessed with that fucker. He's so anti. His powers do not come from the suit. His powers come from his ability to absorb solar radiation. So yes, he does have powers without the suit. Omni-Man would not destroy Superman. You're just making shit up. What? Oh, hey, Sham. Didn't see you for a moment. I don't remember that time. Is he weak in an eclipse? No. Howdy, that did indeed happen. Are you serious? That's crazy. It has to be hard taking a dump in that costume. Yeah, it probably is. Actually, Spider-Man has killed. There was a time where he actually killed a woman while fighting Wolverine. All right, guys, I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna have dinner now. It's great talking with you guys. Peace out.